everyone and welcome back. I have not framed myself well in this shot, but I can't be bothered to. It's been a long time now since I did a weekend writing video. I think it's been about a month, probably a little bit more than a month once this actually goes up. And coincidentally, I also haven't made any progress with my story, kinda whatsoever. So I'm currently filming this clip on Monday the 2nd of September. I have been back home from my vacation now for a couple of weeks, and I just have not produced anything for this story. Barely produced anything for anything else either. In an attempt to try to combat this and overcome this and get back on track again, because my goal is still to finish this draft at the end of September, and I am now quickly running out of time. But in an attempt to fix this and get over that hurdle and get back into writing, I am going to reinstate my staring at my document for 15 minutes a day thing. I tried that out a couple weeks before I stopped doing these videos, and it actually really worked. So if you haven't seen that, just to go over the gist of it, I set myself the goal to stare at my document for 15 minutes a day. At least stare at it, and for at least 15 minutes a day. This results in me being forced to look at this thing that I'm working on, and I think every single time I did that, I actually ended up writing, and also most of the time ended up writing for more than those 15 minutes. I think this is a good idea. Whether or not I actually pull through and do something with it and it actually works out this time, we will see. But I do think that it was useful then, and hopefully it can be useful now as well. So just to refresh your mind, I am sitting at just over 38,000 words. I'm at 38,029 words for this draft. I'm thinking this first draft will end up somewhere 60,000, 75,000. I know that's a pretty big gap, but somewhere in that zone. So I have about half to go, and I am running out of time, like I said, because I want to be done at the end of September. So yeah, I have some work to do. This is not impossible. I've definitely written this amount of words in a month before. I've written more than this in a month before. I think it should be fine, but we shall see. I do have some things happening this month, as everyone does all the time, but I'm hoping to get this done and without too much of a hassle. I mean, obviously, if I just sit here and stare at it for 50 minutes a day, I won't get there. I won't actually reach my goal of finishing this draft at the end of the month. But like I said, more often than not, that did result in me actually writing and writing for more than 15 minutes. So it shouldn't be too big of a problem, I say right now. I'm also recording this to try to hold myself accountable, because that seems to help. And yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I hope it will work out. I'm also going to try to do a couple of, maybe not 10K days, but at least another 5K in 5 hours a day or something like that. However, it is just now gone 9:15, and I would like to go shower in 15 minutes. So I'm going to stop this recording, I'm going to stare at my screen for 15 minutes, and I think what I'm going to have to do this time around is actually just go through and see what I've actually written, and again, take it off on this little cardboard board, because I have not updated that in a while. I think that is what I will spend these 15 minutes doing, and then go to bed. But I will update you before I go to bed, so there is that. Cool, let's go. All right, so it's now 9:31. I have been staring at my document for about 15 minutes. I ended up crossing off, I think, 3 of my post-it notes. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3. I think I might have ticked off 4 post-it notes, which is exciting. However, I am not sure I'm actually done with any of them. I just looked up that I'd written something for that scene, but I don't remember if I'm done with them or not, so this is even less truthful than it was before. I now, looking at this, have 13 post-it notes left to do. Again, 13 post-it notes does not mean 13 chapters or 13 scenes or anything else. That sounds way less than I thought, actually. That's a bit concerning. Maybe I don't have enough material to get another 30,000 words out. But I did actually end up rereading a section of my book that I wrote a little while ago, and I'm actually really happy with it. I feel like it flows really well, it feels really natural, and I just really like the vibe that's going on between my main character and her love interest in that scene. I think it actually flows really well. And that's nice, coming back to that, having not even looked at this document for about a month. It's very nice to come back to that and reread a section that I didn't even know that I would like. I didn't seek out any specific section. I was just searching for a specific word throughout because I knew that that was related to one of the post-it notes and I wanted to see if I'd written that scene. And as I was searching for that word, I came upon a scene or a part of a scene that I am very, very happy with. So I'm really excited that I have that, and it was very nice to find that and to get a look at that right now. This did make me more excited to write, which is a good thing. However, it's now, like I said, it's a bit after 9:30 and I should just go shower and go to bed. But I'm hoping that this is a good sign and that I should keep being excited and keep staying motivated. Keep staying motivated? And that this, you know, springboards me off into the rest of this week and the rest of this month to finish this draft. So I'm excited about that, and hopefully tomorrow I'll actually write. I do have a couple other things I should do tomorrow. I have a lot of filming I'd like to do, so we'll see if I get around to that or not. But I will at least stare at this for 15 minutes tomorrow. So there is that, and hopefully I'll actually have some words coming out of it as well. Always good. All right. See you tomorrow. Hello again. So it is now Tuesday and it just turned 9 o'clock in the evening. I am at this a little later than I would have liked to be. I had great plans to do this earlier in the day, but other things kind of got in the way and I am now left with 9 o'clock. I don't really know what I'm going to do tonight. Again, I had, I think, 13 post-it notes left that I need to write at some point. I do feel though, since I haven't really looked at this for a month, that I am kind of lost for what I'm doing. Again, I have my outline, but I'm sort of lost anyway, I feel like. So I'm wondering if today's 15 minutes should be spent trying to put this into Scrivener, but that also feels like a really big chunk of time and like a really, really big project. Maybe I should instead just sit down and grab a new paragraph at the bottom of the page and just pick a post-it note that I haven't written yet and trying to put that in. I am not convinced that any of my ideas currently are good. I'm currently not really feeling it at all, but I am going to sit here for 15 minutes and do my best to do something. And if nothing else, just staring at it works as well. So I'll do that and I'll get back to you in about 15 minutes and let you know how I did. Okay, so it's been like halfway through the 15 minutes. It's now 9:08, so I still have a while to go. But I wanted to show you something that I do in my projects that I don't think I've talked about before. Also, I'm sorry if I'm very close to the camera right now. That I want to show you that I do. So I'm going to flip you around and I'm going to tell you about it. All right, I'm hoping you can see this just fine. So I have my text just running down this page like it normally would be. I do format it a bit at the beginning just because of preference. But as you can see at the very bottom, there is a part that is in all caps. And I use this when I need a placeholder. So either when I need a name that I don't know for either for a character or for a place or a nickname for something, I'll just put it in all caps as name or nickname or something like that. I'm sorry, the color just really changed. I don't think it liked filming the screen. I'll do that, or as I've done here, where the main character has emailed her brother asking him to send over a specific mug. But at this point when I was writing, I realized that she doesn't actually have the address for where the mug will be delivered to. I have actually worked this problem out, but I wanted to show it anyway because this is what I do. If I think of something for editing me or future me to deal with, I will put it in all caps. I think is a really good method to use because it makes me add in that here is something wrong, you should look at this in the future, but I don't sit there and take time away from actually writing, if that makes sense. One way that I could improve on this though would be to put a couple of slashes in a row because that's not a sign that I have anywhere else in the story, and then just find those when I'm going through a document for something to fix. I can't just search for all caps and I don't remember what I've written in all the places, and when I use this kind of thing as a placeholder, that doesn't really work. If I know that I've called someone name throughout the whole thing, that I can actually search for, but it won't search for just the all caps version, it will show all the ones with name. So a way I could improve on this is definitely to use slashes before and or after the problem, the thing I put in all caps, because that would be easier to search for in the future. I don't think I'm alone in using this system. I just wanted to share it with you in case you haven't heard of it, because I do think it's a really good system. I use this as a pantser, well, I mean, I have that now, so maybe I'm sort of a planter this time around. But I use it as this. However, I do think it could be useful for plotters as well, because sometimes you just need a placeholder for something, or a comment for your future self. And these vary. Sometimes it's like, I really like the sentence you wrote here, or you need to figure out how she got the address, or why are you writing this? This is stupid garbage. All of these have probably made their way in and eventually also out of my projects before, but I just wanted to suggest trying it out if you need a system to find them and keep track of them. There are obviously other ways to do it too. You could just make a note that in chapter 26 on page 8 there was a thing. If you have 26 chapters before page 8, you might have very short chapters, shorter than mine, but still, it's a good system, I think, and I just wanted to share it with you. Back to looking at this for a while. See you later. All right, so it is now 18 minutes past 9, so I've been going for about 15 minutes with the little break in there where I talked to you last, which was just a couple minutes ago for me, and even less for you. I have not gotten a whole lot done. I have read through another couple sections and realized I had a couple other post-it notes I could also tick off, because this is what happens when you write out of order and don't really title your sections all that well. I do have one in all caps, brother shows up unexpectedly, but I probably wouldn't know to search for that if it came to that. I probably would have searched for Eddie and then not found this, so we'll see. But I have read through another section or two and ticked those off on the board, and also managed to actually put a mark on my board. Makes me sad. And that is where I will leave it tonight. I did not like this section as much, even like almost as much as the one I read yesterday. This was really clunky, and it was just like, oh, I'm having these sad feelings and I want to talk about them. And I've talked about them a little bit, but in order for the plot to move on, we need to talk about you now. So how are you doing? It didn't quite work. Again, first draft, it happens. I am not very happy with that at all, but it will get better over time. And I am trying to remember how much I liked the section I read yesterday. Tomorrow I am hoping to film, because I have some stuff I should film, some of which might already be up when this goes up. That would be great, but we might not get that lucky because I might not feel like editing. I want to film, and I also want to start doing this earlier in the evening, so I want to do this tomorrow no later than like 8:30, because that would be an improvement. And I guess we will see in the next clip how I do with that. So see you tomorrow, hopefully before 8:30. Hello everyone, so it's now Wednesday the 4th, and it's 8:45, and I think I said yesterday that I was going to do this portion that I was going to write today no later than 8:30, so I failed that, but it's still earlier than 9 or 9:15, so I'm not upset yet. I have not yet written today, which shouldn't be a surprise to you, seeing how this week is going. But I am extremely exhausted. I don't know what's happened. I have had a bit of a day. I went to the doctor's, I got some blood tests and requested an ultrasound, and my foot has been really, really bad today. So things have been going on, but I am still gonna take my 15 minutes of staring at my document. I was talking to Marcus today, and it might be a good idea to start reading through it and seeing what I actually have, which is sort of what I've been doing for the past couple of days. But actually sit down and read start to finish, because I feel a little lost. And even though I have this checkboard or whatever I want to call it, I feel a little bit like I don't know what I'm doing. Again, to be fair, I haven't written in a month, and I haven't written this week either. This week I've only been reading through it, and yesterday I added one quotation mark because I'd missed one. And I didn't want to hold off doing that until I was revising, because that didn't really change anything, but it made me feel calmer. So got that done. But I haven't been writing for over a month now, or for about a month, and I'm not happy with this. I really wish that I was writing, but right now I feel lost. I feel like I don't really know where to start, and I think that's why I've been reading through sections so far. Partly to get re-immersed into the story, but also partly to check off what I've actually done, or take off what I've actually done. I do still have a number of post-its. I think I'm down to about 10 now that I haven't done, or that I'm not sure I've done. I probably haven't done them, but I don't know if I want to write them that sporadically,
I'm not saying wait a month in between all my writings, but sit down and write the ending, for example, because I know what's going to happen in the ending and I know the loose ends I want to tie up there, but some of the things that will be loose ends to tie up, I haven't really explored yet, if that makes sense, and I don't really know what to do about that. I don't know if I should just write the ending and be done with it, or wait until I actually have a bit more meat to the bones of this story. Another thing I thought of is also the fact that I will probably not have what's to be considered a complete first draft at the end of September. The reason for this is because I still have gaps in my story. I don't know how much you can see of this, but this, for example, this posted here, takes up 2 weeks worth of time. This is super vague. It says emails, hang with friends, freelance work, and routine. Because this is sort of where April settles into her new life. And I don't really know what I want out of that. I don't want it to just be like, oh, and then 2 weeks passed and I didn't do anything. I also don't know what I want to put there. And same thing further on, I have like 3 weeks that I don't have anything planned for. And yes, I could time skip them, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. And I've come to that realization today and yesterday. And I think that I will still have, I don't know if my new goal should be to just have ticked off all of these post-it notes at the end of the month. Because what I would like to do is have as much written as possible when September's over, obviously. But then in October, sit down and consume as much media as I can, be that TV series or movies or books or anything else, and figure out little things that I like that I want to include. Like things I like that aren't already in my story. Be that I want them to have a candlelit dinner or go for a walk in the woods or to introduce a cute puppy. I need to figure those things out. I don't know exactly what they are yet. And like I've mentioned time and time again, my outline or this thing this thing is very vague. It doesn't have all the information in it. And I have no more of a thorough outline than this, despite having 18 different places where I have written things down. See this video. So yeah, I've now been rambling at you for like 5 minutes. I'm gonna sit down for a bit and just look at my document. I don't think I'm gonna create anything today. I might not even do a lot of reading through because I'm that tired. But I wanted to give you an update at the start of this session. And tomorrow, I don't have to go anywhere. Tomorrow, I should be able to get this done during the day. I did also film and edit and upload an entire video today. And fourth finger, I guess, was thumbnail. So that's nice, but yeah, tomorrow I don't have to go anywhere and I'm hoping to get a lot of work done and hopefully earlier. I don't know if I actually want to do a whole lot of work, but we'll see. See you later. I'm going to look at this now. Bye. All right, so it is now 4 minutes past 9 and I have read like what, less than a page of my story. I could not really stay focused on it. But I have found like 2 problems. I'm back to feeling a little better about it because this part it's more fun. It flows a lot better than the one I read yesterday, so it's almost back on level of the one I read on Monday. None of this really matters. But I found 2 issues over the course of like, what, 5 lines or so? One of them being a grammatical error, which is, I don't know if I ever has. That is not high English. Second thing, or actually first thing I found, they're talking about Jennifer's mug collection because she has a really big mug collection together with her aunt. They collect butterfly mugs. It's a thing. It's part of the subplot. Anyway, her friends are talking about just how many of them there are and stuff. And one of her friends goes, there has to be at least 600 of them hidden away in all kinds of cabins. Why are you putting mugs in cabins? Cabinets, sure, but why cabins? I mean, if you have 600 of them, maybe they don't fit in your home, but why cabins? Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it tonight. I need to not look at this tonight, and I need to look at it earlier tomorrow because this is ridiculous. So I will stop this now, and I shall see you again tomorrow, hopefully earlier in the day. I feel like that's just a recurring thing that I keep saying, but here's to hoping. It is now the 5th of September at 3:35 in the afternoon, and I wanted to have started writing at this point, but I just applied for a job that I'm really excited about, And then I had to take a phone call from a friend who sadly got fired from her job today, or let go. She wasn't fired, but she was let go from her job today. And now I found what I didn't even know was my dream job. Dream job is a bit harsh, maybe, but this job looks so friggin' cool, and I don't know if I should tell you what it is. But according to the list of qualifications, I'm qualified, which I didn't think I would be for this kind of job. I'm pointing at my computer because that's where the job is. It's online. It's not online. And yeah, so I think I'm just gonna write a new like cover letter. I don't even know if that's what it's called in English, and send in my resume and do that. And I don't want to count either of this as writing, even though I did write a new letter for the one I just applied to, and I will be writing a new letter for this one as well. I don't want to call that working on my novel because it really isn't, but I guess we should just see if I end up working on that or if this will just tire me out too much to work on that, because I'm really, really, really excited for this. But it's also possible I will do this and then use up all of my energy because I want to get this right. But I wanted to update you and tell you that I'm writing, but not that. But I should also be applying for jobs, so it's not like I'm doing something I shouldn't. Alright, so it's now 7:42 on Friday, the 6th of September. I did not write anything yesterday. I did write those 2 applications and send those in, but I did not actually write anything of my story, nor did I actually look at the document. So I suppose I failed the stare at my document for 15 minutes thing. It is now almost 7:45 in the evening the day after, and I have not done any of that today either. So I'm gonna pull up my document. I really, really, really do not feel like working on this right now, but I'm gonna pull it up and at least have it open on my screen. Whether or not I look at it, we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna pull that up and then we'll just see how it goes, how I feel. And hopefully I come out of this feeling better about my story than I currently do. I guess we'll just see. All right, hello again. So it is now 8:32, and it would have been nice if I'd worked for these 40, 50 minutes, but I did not. I had my document open for about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I may or may not have layered another program over it, but my document was open. I just didn't do the staring. I feel lost with this story right now, and that's probably not gonna work itself out unless I actually take the time and work on my story. But I'm just not in the right mindset to do so right now, which is really sad. And I don't really know what to do about it. I should either just power through or I should take a break from it. And I'm having a hard time deciding which one I want to do. Because again, I do still want to finish this draft in September. And if I take a break, I will have even less time to work on it. I'm hoping that I will feel sort of rejuvenated and stuff about this project next week, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now it's kind of late again, it's like 8:30 and I need to pack because tomorrow I'm going away to my friend's birthday party and I have to spend the night away because I can't make it home with the trains, and I should pack for that and then go to bed and hope that tomorrow is a better day. I'm leaving home kind of early tomorrow. I'm leaving around 11 in the morning, and I think there are going to be things I need to do in the morning. So this might very well be the end of this video because I come home on Sunday, I don't know what time, and there are things I have to do then as well. So this might very well be the end of this video, and if it is, you will see that in the bar that we're closing in on the end now. Otherwise, there might be a clip at the end of this from Sunday, most likely. If this is the end of this video, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video soon. Hopefully I'll actually, keep up the writing vlogs, but in order for me to do so, I should probably work on my story. So who knows? One way or another, I'll see you later. Bye.